And good morning, space engineers. This is Mr. Kasarian.
And this is Declan.
And welcome back, guys, to what I believe is episode 9, did I say?
I'm not sure.
Alright, I think it's episode 9. Maybe. You guys may correct me in the comments. Probably you will. Probably things along the lines of, come on, Cass, figure out what your own episode numbers are. Hey, I try. I do my best. Alright, so today, what are we working on? I am working on a hangar. As you guys can see, I'm digging out the bits for it right now. And Tekran, what are you working on?
I am flying around looking for what to work on, because I'm guessing that right now I'm actually going to be building habitation modules.
Yeah, so medbay and hab.
Yeah, medbay, hab, and also I was thinking that we could actually start working on installing a few
Did I just lose
mods.
a drill?
You might have.
I just lost a drill.
Because there actually are a few mods that I'd like to put in here.
Such as?
Basically, it's all extra parts. Like beds and everything else.
Okay, yep. Because right now... So, it is possible to do mods to space engineers, but right now they're just extra models. Alright? So, we don't yet have the API to actually make anything do things, but we can add the visual aesthetics right now.
Yeah, and that's what the mods are going to be that we're going to be putting in as soon as, Kess and I can work out exactly how to finalize everything and keep it multiplayer stable.
Yeah, which can be a challenge with space engineers. I'm not certain if I actually lost that drill.
Multiplayer stable is just kind of...
It's a little iffy. Space engineers, I mean, you guys have probably heard me say this 18 times, is still highly alpha. Unless you have a pretty decent tolerance for things deciding not to work correctly randomly, it can be a little frustrating. Okay,
so Kess,
what's up?
I am going to be putting flat windows in the ground because...
To cover up that tube?
Yes.
Yeah, I was planning on it, I just never got to it.
Well, you need to get to it at some point, because I am working on it as well.
Okay. So let's see here. 8 construction components. 8 small steel tubes.
I see that you put a lot of things into the large cargo.
Well, I was moving stuff back and forth, and I was getting really tired of... And one computer. I was getting wicked tired of running back and forth. So I just started moving stuff over.
Yeah. Well, you haven't moved the girders over yet.
No, I haven't. I didn't realize we had that many of them in there.
Now, see, the reason for this is because I've been working on basically the same world that Kess has, except for we've been doing completely different things.
Yep. So, yesterday we spent a fair bit of time syncing our worlds using SE Toolbox.
Yes, which is quite a great tool, especially when you're trying to record on a server that is basically constantly updating from like 2 different people. So until we get a dedicated server that can run everything, including the mods, because the mods will probably be in next episode, we will not be, doing much other than just simply playing on Kess's world at this point.
Yep. So right now we're using my world as the official version, the recording version.
However, I may, from time to time, simply import my objects, like my ships, into this world. I will, however, make sure to, delete the items that it costs, which SE Toolbox is really great for.
Exactly. It really is. I mean, I am thrilled with SE Toolbox. Is this an ore, or is this just stone?
So, what SE Toolbox actually does for this system is, basically, if you have an entire ship, it will tell you exactly what materials you need from the beginning.
Yep.
And so basically you can just kind of delete the items out of your inventory instead of going through and doing all of that.
So I'm making an executive decision, which is that I'm probably going to work on the hangar off camera, because it's going to take a lot of time.
It is.
Especially because my OCD is kicking in and not letting me use the right-click drill on any actual ores.
So it isn't your OCD, it's your I don't want to waste anything.
It's my I've been playing too much Agrarian Skies.
Yeah.
So instead, I'm going to build a fighter.
And I am still looking for our girders. I do not believe that we have any at this point.
There are some in the box from when I made some panels, but I don't think we have any girders. I think I actually used up. We have 12. That's it.
And where are those?
In the new base.
Okay, I actually looked in the new base and I didn't find
They
any.
were in my inventory until about 5 minutes ago.
I see. So you stole all the girders.
I didn't steal them. I made them.
You stole them.
All right. So what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to... one large steel tube and a motor. Because you guys are probably not going to want to watch me... do we have any large steel tubes in here that I'm not seeing?
I know that the large steel tubes that we have, a lot of them are on my old station.
Okay, and the assembler ship might have some as well.
Yes.
So what I think we're going to do, guys, is that we're going to cut, because I know you guys probably don't want to watch us building and welding for the next, 30 minutes and never actually doing anything. So we're going to cut here and be back when we have some progress to report. Sound good?
Yep.
All right, be right back. And we're back for just a quick announcement.
I am going to not be in the rest of
And
this episode because Kassarian needs to leave for one of his appointments. So,
yeah, I've been basically putting off leaving until the point where I'm fairly late for it at this point,
so happy mining, everyone. And goodbye.
See you in a couple of seconds. And good morning, Space Engineers. This is Mr. Kassarian, and welcome back to another episode. So, how's everyone doing today? Well, not another episode, but the continuation of the episode. Alright, yeah, so remember that fighter we were building? Well, I gave it a whirl, I finished her up, and I took her out to test her, and she was useless. Utterly and totally useless. So we're gonna have to set that aside for a little while. Yeah, unfortunately. I know. Everyone was excited to see it, but it's just not gonna work. So what are we doing instead? Well, first of all, you guys will probably notice that I upped my welding speed, which was a change that you guys didn't ask for, but I desperately wanted. I actually found a program that allows you to do it automatically, so that's nice. I have it set to about 3 times faster than normal, and that's just for my own... let's take out about 800. And that's just for my own, sanity and peace of mind. Because it means that I can actually build a whole lot faster. Without having to worry as much about, oh gosh, it's going to be 8 hours to record this, then I have to do this, and this, and this. And... yeah, see? It even makes heavy plates not take an eternity. Yes, some people may call this a little cheaty. I call it a config setting this game should have, and for some reason doesn't. I don't know why, to be honest with you guys. It isn't something in the game, and it's something the game really should have. The same config options you have for assemblers, and this and that, we should really have it for welding speed. Because it just makes it a lot easier. So, that brings me to another point for the day, which is that I wanted to ask you guys some questions. Yeah. So, to start out with, I'm a bit of a space nut. I grew up watching Star Trek, Star Wars, you name it, I watched it. My parents watched it, actually. My parents actually used to watch Stargate, SG-1. And yeah, so, my question to you guys is as follows. When did you get interested in space? Science, space industry, military space. Yeah, I know that's a silly place to put a window, but I'm trusting that ridge isn't going to be there the whole time. Plus, it's like a little geology park. Don't touch the rock, otherwise you'll erode it. Nice. When did you guys get interested? And I need the same thing up there. All right, so that's 2, 2 of those and 4 of those. 2 of those and 3 of those. All right. When did you guys get interested in space stuff? Be it military, industrial, science, when did you guys get interested? For me, I mean, it was growing up. I was as long as I can remember. I grew up watching Star Trek, Star Wars, Stargate SG-1, all of that sort of stuff. I need 1x2. 1x2 flats. And those. We will probably not have enough silicon in there, I don't think. Yeah, we're still doing the silicon tango out there. When did you guys get interested? I was interested from the first time, I watched Next Generation. Not when it was coming out. I'm not that old. Not saying that if you were, you're that old, but, I wasn't that old when Star Trek came out. So you can see it still takes a fair bit of time for me to weld those heavy armor blocks, in case you thought this was getting a little too cheaty. So for me, it was always, oh, awesome, Enterprise and all that stuff. I remember when the show Enterprise came out, actually, I was, even as a kid, I was not impressed. Let's put it that way. Not impressed at all by that show. Where did my... Ah, there she is. Yeah, that was not the finest work in Star Trek. Oh god, I can't steer today. Here we go. Hold on. Let's get ourselves into orientation that I can actually sort of pay attention to. And I should turn off that autosave while I'm working on this. Right, controls are reversed. Controls are reversed. Let's get out of the reversed spaceship. Yeah, Enterprise. That was a show we could have all done without. Quite easily, in fact. Quite easily indeed. But they produced it, and I guess enough of us watched it that it stayed for a decent length of time. A little too long, in my opinion. I also watched Andromeda. I have found like 3 people in the world who have watched Andromeda and actually know what I'm talking about. But that was a pretty good show, actually. It got a little silly later on. It got a little mystical on me, which I don't like. I like my sci-fi to be fairly hard sci-fi. It's one of the reasons I like Space Engineers. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy my space opera stuff. I am a devout reader of David Weber, the Honor Harrington series, Honorverse, because it's awesome. 18th century naval warfare in space, I'll take that. Really? Big ship broadsides? I'll take that. But yeah, I prefer my sci-fi to be a little more grounded in reality, let's say. A little bit less tesseracts and ancient deities and this and that, the other thing. Firefly, of course I watched Firefly. And then Serenity, I watched those. Because, well, in my circle that I have friends that I travel in, if you don't, there's something wrong with you. My mother actually was not overly thrilled with it, and she's sort of a science fiction fanatic, but I don't know. I really think it was, she saw the movie first, and the movie kind of presupposes that you know all the main characters already. So as you guys can see, the hangar deck is coming together. I lost some of my lights, but the hangar deck is coming together. If I can... Oh, gosh, that's right. This is one of Tekrin's creations that are super heavy on their gyros. I don't know. He has the design policy of more gyros are better. Yeah, his design policy is the more gyros I stack onto it, the better it is. And yeah, I know I'm not getting that one in the corner, but it's honestly not that important. So let's flipper. Things I love about this ship. It just welds a 3x3 area. And let's flip her over. A lot faster than doing it by hand, isn't it? There we go. Of course, now that I'm trying to record, my contacts decide to start bugging out on me. How many steel plates did I start with? Something like 4,000, right? Yeah, remember those 4,000 steel plates? I don't have them anymore. Yep, that's seriously how many steel plates this thing's eating up. Which really makes me wish I could actually hunt down some military transports and grind them up, because those things are all made of heavy armor. But without a fighter to fly, I'm not going to be doing too well with that. Why do I need a fighter? Ooh, now there's an idea. I has an idea. Let's do that. Let's get out. Haha, there you are. Come here. You know, Techron may be a little irritated that I'm about to steal a ship. Of course, he doesn't really seem to be using it at all. What did he do to this thing? Jeez, buddy. Beat it up enough? Alright, so let's see. Did he leave any uranium in it? Oh, the gravity generator shut down. I can't quite get into... Oh, that's why. That isn't part of the standard design, but alright. Let's see. Alright, she's not responding. She has been emptied. Alright, so let's get just a wee bit of uranium out of my station here. Actually, I think Titan has more uranium in her than the station does. Oh god. That almost ended wicked badly. As I forget which way is up and which way my systems are working in. There we go. Yeah, I think, because the station I'd have to go down there because it's not connected yet. So let's get... Let's get like 20. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, Titan could stay running with that amount of uranium for about a year at this point. While running everything. So let's fly up to here. Let's bring her down. She's a little beaten up, but it shouldn't matter too much. Alright, so let's get access to something here. Cargo container. I think it's connected in there. Is it? Yeah, we have power. Nice. Pressure dampers on, jetpack off. What did he do to this ship anyways? Bludgeoned the crap out of it. Titan. Alright, so let's bring her down and let's bring her over to the Titan to take a look at her. She stops like a pig, too. Let's go to external view on her. There we go. I'm not certain if we can actually fit her on the hangar. Well, she'll fit in the hangar when the hangar's done, but that's not going to help me much. Alright, so we have like 8 different grav fields affecting her right now. Let's get down to this guy. Let's turn him on, but let's unlock him and shift him forward. And then, let's just get him out of the way. Really, all I want is out of the way. Alright, so then where did that ship go? There we go. Alright. Now, about half the stuff on this ship we're not going to need. In fact, we're pretty much going to be completely rebuilding her as I think about it. Alright, so let's get back into here. Let's get control over again, and let's sink her. Not sink her, but let's pull her down a little bit. Alright, and now I'm going to show you guys a trick. Well, that's not going to work too well now, is it? No, you know what? It'll be fine. It'll be fine. It will be fine. Alright, so let's... Oh gosh, there's a ship there. I should have just fried her with that, but I didn't. Okay. So let's drop her a little bit. Let's get out. We can see gravity's still a little bit wonky. It's quite alright. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get some merge blocks out. You know what? We don't even really need that, I guess. Alright, so let's sink down. Let's start taking a look at what we don't need on this ship. Alright, so one thing we definitely don't need is this refinery. Oh gosh. Oh no, it's just... okay. I'm sorry, I just saw a whole bunch of red messages on a console screen. I'm like, what is that? Oh, right, I'm sorry, I got Minecraft in the background. Alright, so let's rip out this refinery. Oops, lost some steel plates. No big deal. Okay, now where is our... ah. Haha! There you are. Okay, so now let's come over to here. Let's pop into here, and let's sink down a little bit. Alright, there we go. So, what else don't we need? Well, that conveyor can stay where it is for right now, but we certainly don't need this connector. Oh, right, my inventory's full. Hold on. Oops. So let's sink over here. We'll need those steel plates before we need anything else. We don't need that bit either. Okay, so that leaves us with that stuff. That's fine. Please behold, me modifying a warship. Alright, so let's junk that stuff in there. Now, the first thing we're going to change up front, okay, is we're going to get rid of this glass panel. Alright, we're going to get rid of these. I'm uncertain why that happened, but okay. Let's fly her back over to here. Let's drop off like 800 of those. There we go. Okay, so we don't need that stuff anymore. We also don't need this. Alright. So that's all been removed. Okay. Now we have the bridge in there. That's fine. That's absolutely fine. Now what am I going to do? Well, I think I actually want this... yeah. We're going to move our bridge back a step, alright? Just for right now. So, let's do this. Bridge, 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 bridge. Cockpit. There we go. And actually, we don't want interior control. We want it to be exterior. Why? Okay, you're not in the way, are you? No. Are you in the way? No, you're just a block space. So then why can I put you here, but I can't put you... oh, right. Because believe it or not, but that interior plate takes up an entire block. Okay, so put our command cockpit right there. Actually, first, let's pull that back up. We'll remove that. Because we're going to replace it with heavy armor. But I want to put the heavy armor in before I put the command chair down, so I don't have to pull the command chair back up later. Okay, so let's put that back down. Let's turn it around. And we need another 6 displays. Right, because I was using the... Right. Okay, so this is me modifying a ship, and I need 6 displays. So basically what we're doing is we're taking this little rescue craft and we're militarizing her. Because it's actually fairly easy to do. Alright, so let's put you on. And it actually means that we're going to have a lot more capability than we normally would. Let's put that on. Perfect. Okay. So then... we'll put that there. You are an armor slope block. Which means you can go bye-bye. And see, we're already out of steel plates. So let me do the rest of these modifications. And hopefully that won't take... do we need... Let's see what else we can rip off the outer hull. All right. So... the first thing I see is this collector. Okay. We're not going to need this. And I'm 50-50 on that assembler, by the way. This isn't supposed to be a long-range vessel, so I'm thinking the answer to that assembler is, nah, we don't really need it. Oh gosh, okay, back up we go. Hold on for a minute, guys. Hold on. And that business shipment is tempting. I actually already captured one and tore it apart, so yeah. Alright, so let's take that assembler out of the way. But that's also plenty of steel plates that we need to build other stuff with. So let's rip this thing off. Like that. Okay. And then that should give us enough to build the rest of this block. There we go. Okay. So she's going to be a cramped little ship, but let me finish the rest of these modifications. And actually I don't need... Ooh. Yeah, the reactor's up there, isn't it? It's going to be a dumb place to put a reactor. Alright, so let me finish the rest of these modifications, and I'll bring you guys back in once this ship has been suitably militarized. Alright guys, so we're putting the last finishing touches on our ship. Weapons pack is designed. Well, most of it. We're missing one weapon, but close enough. We are just finishing our outer armor right now. So, this is one of the interesting things about these ships, right? Now, what's the best way to say this? So, these ships are very much like their small ship counterparts. This one's a little weird, because I'm kind of doing it without the resources I'd like to have, and that means that I'm basically winging it. I'm also using another ship as a body, but, you know, whatever. So, if we take a look at this thing, if I flip myself back over properly, you guys can see that the general hull structure has stayed relatively the same. We've added 3 forward-facing missile pods, all of which are fed by conveyors, by the by. Which is an important thing to keep in mind with these ships, that you can feed your missile launchers with conveyors. Alright? You can actually see on the top unit that we have that conveyor launcher in the back. So we're just going to keep welding this together. And I'm going to run out of steel plates well before I actually finish this thing. But that's okay. Actually, I'm out of steel plates right now. Come think of it. Yes, I am. But I can take you on a quick tour. Alright. So, if I get myself free here. Alright, so we actually enter now from the back. Alright. You can see, nice protected area back here. I think this armor block is extraneous. And this is part of the process of building a new ship, by the way, is removing all the bits that you actually don't need. Yes, it is. So we can weld up that inverted armor corner instead. There we go. So now we have a little bit extra space back here. Maybe a gyro, maybe more thrusters, who knows. And we come into this part of the ship in here. Now, this has been made extraneous. Right there. And that's a manual loading port for our missile launcher. I think this block isn't really extraneous, but what we can do here is put this guy in, just to make her feel a little roomier. Alright. Now, I'm not certain if there actually is much hardness value difference between the slopes, the corners, and the whatevers. But we just want to make sure that, you know, she's actually fairly... We don't have any dead weight where we don't need it. Alright. Now, I'm trying to maintain an armor skin here. Which is, basically, I want to make sure that there's a layer of armor at all times between me and the outside world. I'm not going to rely on any of my components to do the protecting for me. Here actually might be an exception to that, where I have this thruster here. Honestly, is going on here? Heavy armor, inverted corners. Why are those... Alright. Well, we're going to have to figure that out as time goes on. Because... There we go. We are running out of time. What I'm going to do in between this episode next is I'm going to finish this ship, basically. I'm going to clear her out. I'm going to dust her off. Get rid of any extraneous armor where I don't need any. Finish the armor that I do need. Alright, so there's an empty... Oh, no, that's just incomplete. That's why. Okay, and that... What then do I need? Well, that's thruster below me there. So, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this goes. But, anyways, this has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys have seen a little bit about how the ship works. We have our reactor up here, cargo container for storing right now components, but that will be ammunition. We have a conveyor, which goes out to the left port side missile tube, and this one which goes out to the starboard side missile tube. And of course we have the missile tube on top. So we have plenty of ammunition storage in the ship. She has her own gravity generator. Right now she's only running one gyro, but by the looks of it we have some more space than I thought we did, so I might be able to widen that up a little bit. Anyways, guys, this has been Mr. Kassarian. I want to thank you guys for watching. As always, happy mining.